up? What's up, everybody? So today, we got a tough one on our hands. Um, yeah, I think I did update what the live was going to be about today, and I'm kind of late, so I got to get my juice and stuff together. But there's a little girl. Her name is Harmony, and she has been missing for almost 3 years now. So that's what the topic is today. Hi, Ja. How are you? Um, Hello, Danielle. Come on in, guys. So today's going to be kind of a lengthy live because I'm going to show you guys all the information that has came out about little Harmony, and I'm going to try to put it in order, but it's just so much information. Like I was like writing and writing and writing. And so I try to get some videos to go with the whole entire timeline because I'm editing a video where I'm going to put everything in there all together. But I did want to start talking about this story like now because this little girl deserves to be found. And it's just sad to me how a child can go missing for that long period of time and no one really notices it or say anything other than her great uncle Kevin. He told authorities, hi Miranda. He told authorities, I believe back in 2019, that the last time he seen her was when him and his mom went over to the house. And I believe that Adam is living in that mom's or grandma. I don't know how he's related to the mom's house. And so they had to take police over there with them to retrieve the items. And let me check my camera and make sure it's on the correct one. Okay. Let me show more options. Okay, it's on the highest resolution. I don't know. So they go over there and Kevin says, he wanted to not have any confrontations with Adam. I don't know what they fell out about because you'll see when I play this off of, it's from Ashley Banfield. Let me see. Let me write this. Resources. I just need to remember to put all the resources in here so that you guys can go back and watch them as well if you need to. So you'll see he's like, I don't want to talk about anything other than Harmony and where she's at. He doesn't want to think that, she's gone. But after this amount of time and not being, seen by anybody, and supposedly Kayla, which is Adam's wife, not Harmony's mom, she would be the stepmom. Adam told her that he was taking Harmony to the mom. And she said that was the last time she seen her, like 2 years ago. And the mom's like, I never received her. So I don't know. This one is a real sticky one. I don't know if the mom has some involvement, but she's also, pulled into all of this under another charge, though. They didn't charge her for anything of that. And so that kind of makes me upset because in the case of the boys, that's 2 boys missing. They were, said to be missing after so long. And already for Harmony, it's already up to, what is it, $94,000 reward. It went from, I believe, 15 to like 30 something to 60. And now that I'm speaking, it's probably already at $100,000 as a reward to find Harmony. I'm not saying any child deserves more or less. I'm just saying why we can't all be dealt with equal. This is one child. Two children, went missing now over a year. December 31st would have made a year. And so she also was, because the father was in jail for quite some time. It was said allegedly that the mother and the father, her biological mom's name is Crystal Sorey, and supposedly when they were together, they didn't have like a solid place to stay, any of that. And so that's why they took her and her little brother and put them in the care of a man named Brian Miller. And her younger brother got adopted out, but she didn't. When Adam got out of jail, they sent Harmony to live with him, even though he was in jail for, allegedly shooting someone, and he did the time. So, hey, he was convicted. And I'm just like, there was no background checks. The uncle, Kevin, is saying that, he's been telling them, and CPS has done nothing. So he feels like they dropped the ball in this case. And if they were to jump on it before, they would know where Harmony is, because Adam is not cooperating. He's not telling them anything. And so all they can go by is what Kayla has to say. Yes. Yes, John. You're like, wait, hold up, wait a minute. Hi, fun to be. Yes, Ja. Yeah. So it's just an all around bizarre story that I'm just like, I don't get it. I just don't understand at this point. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, this needs to have lots and lots and lots of coverage, because I'm curious to know how he got away with this for so long. And okay, thanks, Fun. How he got away with this for so long. I just really don't understand it. And how come some cases are like really looked into and some are not? To me, some of the cases that are kind of demanding of that attention doesn't get it. So we are going to start off with listening to Ashley Banfield's storyline about this. I'm not gonna play a lot of the screen because you guys are gonna see who it is, and I don't want it to be like, using content. I want everything to be able to be in this video so people can come to this one video, and for now, what is all put out there, they can find it in one place. And then I'm also going to be condensing it to where it's not just me rambling on here with you guys, but people can get just straight to the point. So I'm going to start off by sharing my entire screen with you guys. Let me make sure it's on the correct video first before I go sharing, and then got to bounce back. So first we are going to hear it's from News Nation Now, the Banfield edition, and it's called Great Uncle of Missing Harmony Montgomery, speaks out. So let me start this from the beginning. Make it bigger. Hold on. I can't do that first. So let me the sirens. I'm so glad that the guy that mows his lawn at nighttime has stopped. Wait, I'm frozen. Hold on. Let me figure something out. Am I frozen, guys? I don't want to be frozen. Am I frozen? Let me know. Did I get IG links? Did you send me something on IG? Is that what you're saying? I was like running around right before this. So let me just check if I have something from IG. IG links. Do I have any? Oh, you did send me some IG links. Okay. I'm going to have to check over these as well. Thank you so much, Ja, because I was trying to find as much as I can find about this, because I would hear one story and then it'll play another one, and I'm like, oh my God, like the information is just changing and is all over the place. So I'm going to share this screen with you guys, and I'm going to get my ice and my drink together because y'all know I love my ice. So let me share my entire screen. If you guys can just let me know. I'm going to get on my phone on this end so I'll know that you guys can hear everything. So let's go on over to let me just toss this disclaimer in there real quick. Okay, so it should be popping up now, hopefully. Yes, so this is the video. So let me know straight away if you guys can hear. You know what? You guys aren't going to be able to hear because I have it in my ear. Hold on. I forgot it does that. So let me come out of that. Okay. Make sure it's not muted. All right, we should be good to go.
This time it is the stepmother of that little girl.
Okay, no.
Kayla Montgomery.
I told a lie. It's this one first. Sorry, guys.
Welcome to Banfield. What a difference a day makes. Exactly 24 hours ago on this very show, I was sharing some pretty outrageous details about a 7-year-old girl named Harmony Montgomery and her mysterious disappearance. Police reported her missing for the first time just this past weekend, even though she has not been seen in public for more than 2 years. Many of you shared my outrage that nobody in her life, including her parents, seemed all that worried that she'd been missing all that time, or that law enforcement was sharing almost no information. Well, all that has changed drastically. Harmony's father, Adam Montgomery, is now officially under arrest and facing several charges in connection to Harmony's well-being and her whereabouts. And while, yes, that is progress, the biggest question is still unanswered. Where is Harmony Montgomery tonight? Even though the heavily redacted court documents reveal several new details about that little girl's life and the investigation into her father, Harmony's still nowhere to be seen. Here's what the police say they do know. On November 18th, 2021, Harmony's mother, Crystal Sorey, contacted the Manchester police and said she had not seen her daughter for 6 months. Remember that timeline. She said her ex, Adam Montgomery, had custody of Harmony, but said she couldn't locate him or her daughter, who at that point was just 5 years old. That's when police asked the Division of Children, Youth, and Families to help find that father. And more than a month later, on December 27th, just a week ago, Family Services told police they could not find that father, Adam Montgomery, nor could they find Harmony. That is also when Harmony's mom slipped to police that she hadn't been completely honest when she told them it had only been 6 months since she last saw her daughter. Instead, she coughed up the fact that it had been closer to 3 years since she had laid eyes on her little girl last.
Wow.
She revised her story to say that last time she saw Harmony was April of 2019 on a video call with Dad Adam standing in the background. That is a very, very long time ago, especially for a little girl, again, who was just 5. Remember, April 2019 happens to be 3 months before.
You know what? I don't want them to take this down, so I'm going to share it another way really quick. Let me put it on really quickly, guys. Just bear with me. I don't want them to take this video down. So there's a way I'm going to have to be able to break it up. So I think it's crazy that she just had a video call with her that long ago and is just now pushing the line of saying, no, I need to know where my daughter is. I don't understand that at all. So let's see. Am I able to do it like that? No. So I'm going to just share the window. And I am going to actually put up a banner so that way it won't click me out of it. So I'll put this one up there for now. As long as you guys can still see it, that'll be great. So let me share, because there's no way I could pop back over because it's on another window. So there we go. You guys should be able to see it. All right, let's continue.
Or the police got in their car and headed over to little Harmony's house where she lived with her father. That was after a relative reported to them that Harmony had a black eye. It is also a full 6 months before the last time Harmony was ever seen in public again. That was the day police made a second visit to her home and saw her. According to court documents, when police learned that Harmony hadn't been seen for more than 2 years, they immediately started looking for Adam Montgomery, Harmony's dad. They interviewed multiple family members, including Adam's current estranged wife, Kayla Montgomery. Adam and Kayla have 3 other kids together, and tonight they are with Kayla. Kayla reported to police that 2 years ago, Adam told her that he had driven Harmony to be with her mom in Lowell, Massachusetts. That was back in November of 2019. And she says she believed him because Kayla says it was the last time she ever saw little Harmony too. After speaking with Kayla, police finally tracked down Adam, this man who just happened to be sleeping in a car with a current girlfriend. Adam told police right then and there, he thought Harmony was living with her mom because, and this part is important, Adam said the mom had, quote, come to pick Harmony up from him back in April of 2019. Devil's always in the details, friends, because those 2 stories just don't match up. Did the dad drive little Harmony down to Massachusetts and drop her off with mom, or did the mom drive up to New Hampshire to pick Harmony up from dad? That little mess up in the stories was enough for police to arrest and charge Adam, and he currently faces 1 charge of felony second-degree assault, 1 misdemeanor charge of interference with custody, and 2 charges of endangering the welfare of a child. This morning in New Hampshire, he waived his arraignment, and he is being held without bail in a Manchester jail. But police still don't know where Harmony Montgomery is tonight, and they are continuing to search for her. One of Hagen, she's a former child abuse prosecutor, and Asha Musi is a licensed clinical social worker in child welfare services. Welcome to you both. Let me start with you, Asha, just because you've got this background. I don't understand, and please get me off the ledge, how for over 2 years, nobody did a welfare check on this little girl. There were issues, big issues. Nobody from the state ever dropped by to say, show us the child. How is that possible?
Hi, thank you for having me. I think there are so many unanswered questions. So there's a lot of things that we don't know. So just from my understanding in 2019, when the dad had custody or got custody or was granted custody of the child, maybe he was a non-involved party on that investigation. The child protection or the state made a decision to say that he was deemed fit to parent. If he wasn't involved, child protection normally has a responsibility to seek out other parents. She may have not, there may have not been a reason for her to come into care. So she was placed with her father. So the questions are, if her other child was adopted, then maybe mom's rights were terminated. So mom is not supposed to, if court terminated her rights, the arrangement that she had with the father was something that he was doing outside of the decisions that were made by the court. So because we don't know, like who reported her missing, when the police saw her in 2019 and she had a black eye, there's just so many unanswered questions. And when you don't have a lot of information, it's hard to make an assessment about what happened. If welfare checks are being done, it's because an investigation opened. Someone.
Wait. So they already knew that the mother had gotten the kids taken away, and they still, like I said, allowed this guy that's known for using, I mean, when they found him and sleeping with a car with a whole another woman, I'm trying to put this together and it just does not make sense on why she was given back to the father. The little one wasn't. And the guy, Brian Miller, was fighting to keep the brother and sister together. You will see, I will also bring up his Twitter. I'm just going to show you guys everything, and then you guys can tell me what you guys think on panel, in the comments, whatever. But this situation just stinks to me. I don't understand.
Called, there had to have been a concern and a reason for someone to respond. Were they able to locate her when the call was made? It does sound like they kind of have moved around and been around. So maybe child protection did go out, try to find her, couldn't find her, didn't know where she was. It's just so many unanswered questions.
You know, as an attorney, but also former child abuse prosecutor, I'm sure that you're just, raging as I am. Here's what I don't understand. There was a bad history of these two parents. They lived on the street. They had substance abuse problems. These two children, you just heard from Jameson's dad, adoptive dad, and this little Harmony, they'd been in and out of foster care at least nine different foster homes in 2 years.
9 times in 2 years.
Whatever arrangement is made, custodial or otherwise, I just feel like when you've got two parents like that, it feels like it should just be an automatic that there would be regular visitation by the state.
Yeah, it sounds like many agencies dropped the ball here. So I've got a couple questions. Number one is, who gave this father custody? And number two, why wasn't the father arrested at the scene when the police officer saw the black eye?
And that's a very good question, right? Can you answer it?
Can I answer it?
Yeah, like how does that happen?
I think the good people of Manchester need to put together a task force and start asking questions, not only of Child Protective Services as to why she was shuttled between foster homes and then reunited with her father, who went to jail for shooting someone and has a rap sheet. And then at the scene, the police officer is there, sees the black eye on poor little Harmony, and doesn't arrest the father when he knows, I assume.
That's what I'm saying. So the father has this lengthy criminal history. And so they take this child from this well-off family, had all they could to take care of her and her brother, and put them in a situation with someone that's not steady, living anywhere, not, to me, mentally able to take care of a child if you're on all these different substances. I don't understand why they would snatch her up from there and her brother's there and separate these children for what? And then you go by the house. You've already talked to Kevin, the great uncle of Adam, and he tells you the last time he's seen her, she had a black eye. And I'm going to wait and I'm going to let you guys hear what and how she got this black eye. So let's just continue.
My facts are right here. He was told by the uncle that the father admitted to bashing her around the house. And the police officer...
Do you hear that language? Not, I don't even know what you can say, but bashing her around the house, bashing her. That sounds way out there. She's 5 at the time when she goes missing. But I'm going to let you see why he tried to justify the reason why he was bashing her around the house.
Sure, is standing there and sees the visible injuries on a little girl. And
that's interesting.
I'm sorry, I get crazy about this stuff.
I do too, and I'm trying to put together a timeline here because I always want to give. Yeah, there's the quote. This is what the father said according to the father's uncle. So this would be Harmony's great uncle. I bashed her around the house. This house,
Right.
So, Asha. The thing is this quote didn't surface until just like last week, December 30th. The affidavit says that the police got more information from great uncle Kevin. Great uncle Kevin is the one who seems to have taken action twice. He called protective services out, in July of 2019, saying, "I see a black eye on my my grand niece," and then he called them back out to the home. We don't know what the incident was, but 3 months later, in October, that's the last time anyone ever saw her. And then it turns out just last week, he tells police that his nephew, this Adam Montgomery, said, "I bashed her around this house." I guess the question, Asha, is do you have to have a quote like that to arrest them? Like, shouldn't it be enough that great uncle calls them out and says, my great niece has a black eye, and they go out there? Like, shouldn't that have been enough for an arrest when family services and the police saw that she was injured almost 2.5 years ago?
Why are you giving custody? Why are you?
One sec, let me get Asha in here just with the
go ahead. Sorry.
the child welfare background, because I'm curious as to how this just wasn't like not a red flag, but it was like it was a hammer and sickle.
I mean, it's a red flag, but unfortunately, it's not necessarily enough to say we're going to make an arrest. So if someone has a concern of child abuse or neglect, you call a hotline and make a report. Okay, this child was observed with a black eye. So then once the hotline takes that report, an investigator will respond to the call. So there's a number of ways that a 5-year-old can get a black eye. So we have to think about all situations. So we don't know how it happened. So maybe child protection did respond and she had a black eye. She's 5, and, assuming that she was verbal enough at the time for an interview and may have been asked, what happened to your eye? So we can't assume. All we can, there's an investigation that has to take place if someone has some concerns, but there's so many different scenarios, so many different questions, so many things that need clarification, but it definitely isn't an automatic reason to make an arrest because a child has a black eye.
I'll tell you also, all these stories
even if it wasn't a reason to make an arrest, I don't even feel like they questioned him about this black eye. Because when they describe this black eye and how she was given it, it was not just a little bit of look like you rubbed some makeup underneath there. It wasn't like the picture that I showed you where Angelica Mendez said she had a black eye and you kind of had to squint, flip your phone a little bit or your computer to kind of see it. It wasn't that kind of black eye, I'm sure, from the way that it's explained. And I have the documents and things that, and it'll pop up in some of this. So I'm going to try to get this on the same screen so that way I can pause it and read with you guys what is written in the paperwork on the things he used to do to this 5-year-old little girl. 5, no.
I'm covered in this line of work. I hear regularly how overloaded Child Protective Services in every state are. This is not just, unique to New Hampshire. It happened in Florida too. And I'm going Florida here because there was another story of a little girl who was missing with her mom not saying anything that ended up being a very big story. It was Casey Anthony. And Michelle, quickly, when Casey Anthony was out there and said, I don't know where my daughter is. She's, with the nanny or something, it was nuts. She faced similar charges, giving false statements, child neglect, obstruction of criminal investigation, and eventually it was first-degree murder and a whole bunch of other stuff. I called her judge, Belvin Perry, today. And I said, first of all, I wanted to be on the show. He's not able to. He's actually getting an award in Florida. Good for him. But he did give me this statement. I want to read it to you. This is Judge Belvin Perry of the Casey Anthony trial. He said, if we're going to protect children and if we're serious about protecting children where parents have a track record of abuse and neglect of their children and have issues themselves, and if those kids remain with one or both of those parents, the state has an obligation at least every 90 days to do a wellness check to make sure those children are okay. Michelle, last question to you. Just, I've got like 25 seconds left. Are they in trouble? Are the state agencies in trouble up there, the police and child welfare, or is it next to impossible to prosecute them?
Right.
I'm sure there's a fine lawyer in Manchester who could take this on and hold these agencies accountable. But I would also like to say to the people of Manchester to protect your children. If you see something, say something.
Right.
And listen to these kids. And I don't know why Child Protective Service ever allowed or a judge gave custody to this father with this criminal history. And I'm sure he did not read this behavior in a magazine. He was probably abused or witnessed abuse. Not that that's an excuse, but the severe discipline that the great uncle is talking about now, that he imposed on Harmony, these are all red flags, and somebody should have stepped in. And I think the parents are going to
discipline, right? Who knows if the black guy was disciplined? It might have just been frustration. You never know. Gosh, well, you really wish that Blair Miller, had been given custody of little Harmony. Okay, I have to leave it there. Brian. Michelle Hagan and Asha Mosi, thank you so much. It's just great to have your perspective. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of.
Okay, let me pop back over to you guys. I see a few comments I need to address really quickly. So I don't think I have any mods at all for my second channel because I've never went live for my second channel. So we'll fix that. They can go over there and act crazy if they want to act crazy. We'll fix that later. They can go ahead and do what they need to do over there if that's how they feel they need to go about a story like this with this little girl. I mean, that just speaks on their character. So we'll take care of that for next time so that I'll have mods for both pages. So let me come back on camera real quick. So what do you guys think though? Like, how did this happen for so long? If they placed, this child with the father with knowing he was coming from out of prison. And like she said, at least do a 90-day checkup to see how she's doing. I mean, I might need to go address that. So I'm going to see if I can get the next video on here so that way I can go address that real quick. Hold on, y'all. Give me a quick second so I can see what you guys are talking about. I think that's kind of crazy that someone would want to do that on this story. I just don't understand people's thoughts. So let's see. I don't even know how to. Kind of crazy that someone will edit over here. I don't even know how to add a. Let me see. Can I add through here? Okay. I'm just put your name over there. Somebody write a. And I'm just gonna assign moderators over here real quick. So Christina, I got you. Ja, I got you. Shay, if you want to pop over here and grab a wrench real quick, that'll be cool. So, okay, here we go. Let me give you a wrench. Randa, if you want to pop over here and get a wrench real quick. So if it was anything else, I would be cool, but P-bombing is not okay, especially not in these stories. Randa, just write a comment over here real quick so I can give you a wrench. So I should have enough. Fun, you got a wrench as well. Thank you, Ja. Thanks, Shay. This is crazy. People are crazy. I forgot all about that. I thought like it would just make automatically my second page have it since it's under the same account, but I guess not. I think that's good for right now. So I'll go back. Oh, there you go. All right. So we should be covered over here. Thank you guys for letting me know that. People grow up. Okay, so now I'm going to see if I can get this second part on this same window so that way I can be on camera as well. Okay. You could stay on any channel you want. I think it plays the same way. I'm not sure because I've never looked at that before. So I'm going to try to see if I could pull this up on this window. That way we can, you know what? No, you guys got it. We'll be fine. So I'm going to play the second part. Now, this is after, you know, they get Kevin in there. Kevin's the uncle. They get Adam in there, asking him questions. And when they find out certain information, they're like, okay, hold on. We need to go get Kayla, because Kayla was still at home with the 3 kids that Adam and her had together. But his only child that was by another woman is missing. So this part is when they take her in, and then we'll see what she got in trouble for, and we'll go from there. Hey, Etta B, how are you, love? Hi. Let's see. There's an increase of the spam bots. Yes, they are going crazy. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, not cool. So on this one, I'm just going to pop up a quick banner as well. I don't think it would be a problem because this is all, you know, fair use. We're kind of going over it. So I don't know. I'm going to let this one. No, I'm not going to. I don't want to take the chance. So I'll just pop one of these screens up there. So on this screen that you see right here, the young lady right after the live sign, underneath the live sign, I believe you guys can see that. So if you're looking at the screen, it would be on your left side. That is Kayla. That's the stepmom, the estranged wife of Adam. Miss Beautiful Harmony is in the middle with their little Barbie. And then on your right side is Crystal, biological mom. Just to let you guys know that type of info. So let me share this with you guys one more time. Share screen. And we are going to listen to the second part. I mean, this case was just moving so fast, one after another, you know, thing was going on with it. So let's see. Windows. Chrome tab. Why isn't it letting that one pop up? Interesting. Okay, so give me a quick second, you guys. Work with me. Let's try to share it one more time. Share screen. Is it because it's not popped up or what? I'm going to do entire screen. Forget it. Here we go. Let's go, y'all. So I'll share my entire screen with you guys. So just bounce over with me. I guess it doesn't matter. Let me see. Here we go. This is the second part of it, you guys. Start it from the beginning.
A second arrest in the Harmony Montgomery case. This time it is the stepmother of that little girl. Kayla Montgomery is charged with welfare fraud for allegedly hauling in 2 years of food stamps money, all while little Harmony was missing. Police say Kayla and her then husband Adam Montgomery were claiming Harmony as a dependent, even though the 7-year-old wasn't living with them. Kayla told police last week that during those 2 years, she believed Harmony was living with her biological mother, Crystal Sorey. Kayla believed that because she says back in November 2019, when she was still living with her husband and Harmony's dad, Adam Montgomery, Adam left with the little girl and said he was driving her down to Massachusetts to be with her mom. But that mom, Crystal Sorey, said she never took custody of Harmony and, in fact, hadn't seen her daughter since April of 2019, more than 6 months before. So where did Adam bring his daughter? And is that story even true? Nobody knows. And that's the reason Adam was arrested on Tuesday. He's charged with second-degree assault, interference with custody, and endangering the welfare of a child. So far, he has refused to tell police where his daughter might be. And as of right now, the last time anyone has seen Harmony was during a police visit to her home, a wellness check back in October of 2019. Adam's uncle, Kevin Montgomery, was worried about Harmony after seeing her with a black eye.
So wait, do you guys think that Kayla really believes that the last time she seen her was the dad was going to take her to the mom? Or do you feel like they've already came up with how this storyline was going to go? Because me as a stepmom, and my husband has another child or children, and he takes him somewhere 2 years prior. In there, I would kind of be like, babe, are you going to get him or her something for Christmas? Babe, are you going to, celebrate a birthday? You going to get her for the summer? Like, where did she come at when she just never seen this kid for this long? That's why I find it hard to believe that she really thought that she was with the mother, because the way the mother sounded like she was like going to all the addresses she knew that she could possibly be at. She was looking and searching because she's like, yo, where's my daughter? I haven't seen her. So I don't know who's telling the story at this point. That's why I said I'm just going to give you guys all of the information, all of the clips, everything. And you guys make that decision on who you think is telling the truth and who isn't. And we'll go from there.
Alerted the police that Harmony might be in danger back then. And Kevin Montgomery joins me live now. Kevin, thank you so much for being with me tonight. First, right out of the gate, have you had any updates at all from police or family members on Harmony's whereabouts?
None.
Nothing at all? No one sharing any information with you?
Nope.
So tell me, what made you initially call the police?
I'm going to just go ahead and chop it up because I really want you guys to see the demeanor on his face. And there's no way I'm going to be able to do that with this banner up there so you guys can fully see what is going on with this whole picture. So I'm going to now share my whole screen with you guys with the banner off. And you guys can tell me how you guys feel about it. So here we go.
On your nephew, on Adam, what was it that got you so worried?
So I won't get into details, but there was just things that raised an alarm with me. And I called the authorities. And I'll just be clear, I love the police. They're doing everything they can. First and foremost, DSS, or Family and Children's Services, failed my niece here. And that's why we're here today. If they listened in the first place, this wouldn't be happening. And my niece is out there. She has family that love her, aunts and uncles and grandmothers and great-grandmothers and grandfathers. And yeah, we just want her home. And I don't like the public. If you can't help this situation, please don't distract from what the people that are trying to help are doing. The words, the viciousness, everybody wants to be in this story but me. I want to be as far away from this story as I possibly can. But I can't. I have to be my niece's voice. And I'll stay as relentless as long as my body will take, as much as it will take. I know there's a lot of support out there, but there's a lot of aggressiveness, and just back off.
Kevin, can I ask you if you've had a chance to talk with Adam, who is, again, he's your nephew, and Harmony is your grandniece, but have you had a chance to talk with Adam since he's been arrested, or even within the days around his arrest?
I haven't talked to him in years.
Tell me about that.
I kind of want to keep the focus on Harmony here, please. I don't want to. That's my concern. The justice system, whatever happens, all that will take its course. I'm here to try to raise awareness of money with my GoFundMe page, and I just want to stick the focus on Harmony. I don't want this story to die. I don't want it to fizzle out. I want to talk about finding Harmony. Anyone out there that has seen Harmony, it doesn't matter if it was 6 months ago, 6 weeks ago, anything will help. Any information, any. Just imagine if it was your daughter, your niece, your granddaughter. People know. Someone knows. Someone knows something. Someone saw something.
So, Kevin, let me ask you, because there is so little information and because Harmony...
Let me also tell you, this little young lady wore glasses because she was blind in her right eye. She could not see out of her right eye at all. And when you hear the tasks that her father made her do at 5 years old and probably younger, you will see just how sick this man was. And Kayla cannot say she had no idea this little girl was going through it, because if not her being a part of it, she definitely was an enabler and saying, okay, go, not caring about this little girl's well-being. So let's go.
And he has been missing for so long. The only thing anyone has to go on is what was happening right up until the time that Harmony disappeared. And so that's why some of these questions are, as uncomfortable as they are, they're necessary. In the police affidavit, you were very informative about some of the things that had happened to little Harmony before she went missing. And it was just heartbreaking to read the details that Harmony had been, I think one of the quotes is, bashed around the house by Adam, that she'd been forced to clean a toilet with a toothbrush, and that she'd been forced to stand in the corner.
This is what we're going to go over really quickly. So it says that, let me get to the part where what she was doing. No, I'll start from the beginning. So on December 30th, 2020, the detective spoke with Adam's uncle, Kevin, who we just seen on the screen. And 5/27, oh wait, that's his birthday, sorry. Regarding the concerns of HM, and we know that is Harmony, Kevin said that he has not seen Adam or Harmony since late 2019. However, Kevin had firsthand knowledge of the child's eye injury from, eye injury observed. Wait, where am I at? Hold on. Eye injury from 2019 as well. Okay. Kevin said that he returned to Manchester in July 2019 after a trip to Florida and observed Harmony with a black eye. So think about it. This little girl had already eye issues. She can't see out of her right eye. I'm not sure which eye was blackened, but could you imagine if it was her good eye? Like, dude, this is your child. Okay, so Kevin notified DCYF after the fact with concern for the injury. So we have lines redacted. So then during 12/30/2001, an interview with Kevin and the detective asked Kevin how Harmony sustained the injuries in her eye. Kevin said that Adam told him that he had caused the injuries to Harmony. Adam told Kevin at the time he bashed her around the house. I'm still trying to figure out what the hell that means. He bashed her around the house? Somebody in the comments tell me what that means. What is bashed her around the house? I mean, that doesn't sound that's not normal language to me. So Adam explained that he had left Harmony, who would have been 5 years old at the time, in charge of watching her infant brother while Adam was in the bathroom. Allegedly, the younger brother started crying during that time. Adam had told Kevin that he returned and found Harmony holding her hand over the child's mouth to stop him from crying. Adam told Kevin that he responded by striking Harmony in the face and causing the black eye. Kevin said he believed that Adam had relapsed on drugs during that time frame. Kevin recalled other forms of abusive discipline during that time frame that raised his concerns. Kevin recalled Harmony being spanked hard on the butt, Harmony being forced to stand in the corner, Harmony scrubbing toilet with toothbrush. I don't know what's under there. I know what it was. Standing in the corner until she would urinate on herself for long periods of time. That's what that says in there. So I'll bring up those documents after. I believe it's 4 separate pages, and we can kind of go through that.
For hours to the point where she wet herself. And then there are big redactions, big black marks all through some of the things that you told the police. Can you fill in what those blanks are, Kevin? What were the other things that you said that have been blacked out?
I'm not sure. I don't remember. I don't remember. I don't know what's blacked out. I never seen those reports. I know what I said in the reports, and I stand that I said what I said. And I don't want to mess up this investigation by giving out too much information. The police are working their tails off. I know they are. I talk to them often. And yeah, I talk to them often about any way I can help. Or any details I can remember, we try to go over. And it's just heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking.
Kevin, can I ask, in some of the history that we've been reading through and trying to piece together this mystery, you called the police in July of 2019 because you'd seen Harmony with a black eye. And then it's my understanding, was it you that called the police in October, just a couple months later? And if that was you, what was the circumstance that led to that call?
Correct. So that call it was my mother's house, and we wanted to go there and get some things that my mother wanted to retrieve and to check on the kids. And when we got there, we had to get a police escort when we got there to go in and get some of the things.
Can you tell me why and what it was that was so concerning that you would need a police escort to enter the home?
There was just conflict there. We had a falling out for whatever transpired previous to that. And so just the safest way for no issues was to just get someone there that can mediate the situation.
So in that visit with the police escort, did you see Harmony and did you see what condition she was in?
I did. She looked timid, but that's all I could say on that. I only got a brief look at her.
I don't understand that part. I don't understand that part. You're telling me that you already know that this man has been bashing this little girl around the house, according to him, and that he has been, spanking her. I'm thinking harder than a normal little pat on the butt like you would normally do. A toothbrush to the toilet. She already is not okay in one eye, and you took a brief look at her, even though you knew that she, in his words, she looked it timid. I'm sorry. If I'm related to somebody and I know my relative is abusing the child, I'm willing to get, the cops called, whatever. We either going to get into it or they're just going to allow me to take the child. And so they can get themselves together to be able to deal with this child. If you can't deal with the children, stop having them. Because we already know now he has 4. Because he has 3 with Kayla, 1 with Crystal. We don't know what else he has going on because he's too busy living in a car with some other woman. In a car. That's where they found him. Amazing, Adam. You're great.
And was that the last time any other family member that you know of saw her?
At least my immediate family. I'm not sure about his other side of the family. I'm not sure. My immediate family, on my side of the family, yes.
Did Harmony say anything to you on that last visit when you last saw her 2 years ago that might have been an indication that things were really bad in that home?
No, she didn't say nothing.
Was she allowed to talk to you?
I'm not sure. I didn't see anything to be said for her not to talk.
I'm wondering why he's being so evasive with certain questions. I understand he doesn't want to turn the focus on Adam or Kayla or Crystal or the mother, because I'll show you that part after. But speak what you know. Like, it's not going to derail the whole case because this one is going around. This is almost 3 years this little girl is missing and no one notices. To me, that's a huge problem. I think because he knew it was coming time, or she knew it was coming time for this child to be enrolled in school. Either, she felt like she wasn't able to take care of her and she would be looking crazy going to school or something like that. And he thought he put too much bruises on her. He can put her in school. I don't know. But this just doesn't make sense. 2, almost 3 years, this little girl is missing.
To me, I'm not sure.
And Kevin, what was the condition of the home? What did it look like when you went in there? This is the home where, this little child was last living at 5 years old.
It just, it wasn't well at all. It just wasn't well.
Can you be more specific?
You gonna be in this.
So what's all that about? I'm confused on what all that. What is that part about? Because I don't get it. And I'm gonna take it back a little bit because I want to read this text message. I mean, not text message, but this message she put on Facebook. And I have a picture of it as well if I can't make it clear on here. But those long pauses are killing me.
Wasn't well.
Can you be more specific?
So cute. So Crystal writes this on December 31st. Mind you, how long ago she said she last seen her daughter on FaceTime. So why are you just now writing this in December? And I don't know if people think the first thing they need to do is go straight to Facebook or any social media. Go to the police first, get that out there, see what's going on, and then go ahead and blast this out. So, I don't know. So it says, so it's Crys Renee Sorey. So it's for Crystal Renee Sorey. Listen, please, if anyone from the Massachusetts area, or even Manchester or Massachusetts area, I think I'm saying that right. I think I'm saying those places correctly. Has seen my 7-year-old daughter Harmony or her father Adam Montgomery in these pictures right here. Please reach out to me ASAP. She is currently missing. There will be a press release this evening, which I will show you guys, giving more information about the situation and who to contact. Please share this. And then she has, some people she tagged. So, okay, I just had to write myself a little note there. So let's continue.
Yeah, I would rather not comment.
That's so
I know
weird.
this is difficult for you. I know.
So this is the history of the abuse. According to Adam's family, uncle reported black eye in 2019. Estranged wife says she saw the black eye. Brother suspected abuse. Neighbors worried about living conditions. And yet still, nothing has been done. Sus.
No, these questions are tough. I think everyone who's watching just wants to get as much information as possible to piece together this mystery and hopefully lead to finding your niece and solving this awful mystery. There are more children, 3 other children by Kayla and Adam. Those would be half siblings of Harmony. Do you know where they are staying tonight? Because both Adam and Kayla are now in jail. To our knowledge, are not able to make bond. Adam obviously facing these related charges, not to her being missing, but to child abuse and neglect. And Kayla now facing charges for fraud, for still collecting the food stamps for the last 2 years, even though Harmony's been nowhere to be seen. Where are their 3 other children tonight?
So from what I believe, only from a news interview from the mother, Kayla's mother has them.
So I will be showing you that as well when they go to the house to speak to Kayla's mom after she gets custody of the kids, after Kayla was, later put in jail right after Kevin. Not Kevin. Why do I keep saying Kevin? Adam. Kevin is this man on the screen, which is her great uncle. So right after Adam, the next day, Kayla was taken in. And so Kayla's mother has the children. So I'll let you guys see that news clip.
Kayla's mother. So is that a safe environment? Do you know anything about her?
No, I don't believe I don't ever remember meeting her mother, but it could have been once, but I'm not sure.
Did you have any concerns about Kayla? I know you had your concerns about Adam. You called the police, but did you have any concerns about Kayla?
Kayla and what? Did I have any concerns about Kayla with what?
And how she treated Harmony and what
This is Kayla. Okay. Now he doesn't want to answer who or what was being done to this child. He won't even say if he knew she was doing something or not. It's just too many pauses for me. I don't know.
Harmony's circumstance was living with her?
I just don't want to.
I know it's difficult, but it's important information.
It is.
You know, when people are trying to figure out where to look, where to think, what clues might have been going on before she disappeared.
I understand that, but that's my purpose. That's my purpose, is to raise awareness on how to find her, who might have seen her, and that question has nothing to do with where harm.
After this, I'm going to open up the panel. I'm going to still show everything. So there'll be times where we'll be on panel, everybody will be on mute, and I'll be showing more things. But I really need to get some of you guys out there, y'all voice, because I know what I'm looking at, but I just want to make sure I'm not looking at it in one way or another. So we need to kind of talk about these things as we go.
Harmony may or may not be today.
Can I ask you this difficult question, Kevin? And I think it's imperative, because the way you're speaking, it sounds like you believe that Harmony is still alive. I think everybody wants to know if, you know, people who knew Adam, or people who know Adam, and certainly that's your nephew, if you think he may have killed her.
I would not answer that.
So what will he answer?
That
you don't
we
want to
find
answer nothing.
Find and bring.
What's the point in doing this if you don't want to answer anything? You don't want to answer nothing. So why even do this? We already had the information that you said, you know, black eye, toilet, whatever else, anything else. But why come on here and do this if you're not going to say anything else? You want to raise awareness? Yes. You want to get your, what is it called? I was going to say Cash App. It's not Cash App. GoFundMe. Yes. But you can't give out information to the public who is going to be funding that GoFundMe. I don't know. I don't understand, but I don't know how he's feeling in this moment. So I will digress.
Bring Harmony home safe.
What's in your gut?
My gut tells me there's always hope until you tell me there's no hope left to have.
I know this has been a tough night for you, all things considered.
Wait, Fun, you said already lead investigator has said he has given inconsistent stories. Very troubling. Can you send me a link to that? If you can, to IG. Thanks, love. Weather
as well, but Kevin Montgomery, thank you so much. I know you're raising money for the reward money for your GoFundMe. Let's hope that we can find your little grandniece. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Click the red subscribe button below.
So I'm going to come back over to you guys now. So what do you guys think about this? Because let me click out of all these windows because I could come back now. Let me drop the link. Because I don't know how to take his body language. I'm trying to, and sometimes I think I'm pretty good at it, but I know they say everybody grieves differently, and he's thinking that she's still alive and things like that. So I'm thinking it could be something else, or it could be his response in the way he grieves. So the link is down there in the chat. If you guys are on Naomi China D ×2, great, thank you. But if you want to hop on panel, you'll have to come over to Naomi China D, just regular main page. I thought I was on camera. I'm not even on camera. I thought I was on camera. And I clicked it back over. Hey, these are great. If you guys have a Costco card, yeah, you get the big pack. So yeah, I was gonna write back to, let me clear this, to these YouTube streets. yeah, you said you wanted to get catched up. I'm going to give you the quick version because as I'm going through this, you will be caught up. So little Harmony has been missing for almost 3 years now. Last time people have seen her was in 2019. She was supposed to be with the father. The mother and the father allegedly were using and, were gone for a while. Dad recently got out of prison. Mother had 2 children, a young one, infant, and then also Harmony. They were adopted out by the Millers. I don't know if it's, because I'm hearing different names. I don't know if it's Brian Miller or what did they say the other name was? We'll get there. Doesn't even matter really that most. Hello, James. How are you? Hey, you guys gotta go check out James Gripe. If you're trying to build your your page or anything like that, he's real chill. He got a personality I like. Some people might take it as like, but hey, he's straight up. Content to me, gonna keep it honest. I've seen some weird stuff on there, but he seems like a genuine and great person. So go holla at James. Definitely pop up into his lives. He will drop your link as long as you share his channel. He has merch, so yeah, he's pretty cool. So as I was saying, dang, I don't even know what I was saying. I just lost my train of thought. So, I was explaining what was going on. So she hasn't been seen since 2019, and the guy you just seen on the screen is Kayla Montgomery. He's related to Adam, the father of Harmony, and he said the last time he seen Harmony was when he was escorted along with his mother to grab some items from the house that Adam was in, and he didn't want any drama. And at that time, she had a black eye. He explained to him that she got the black eye because when he was in the restroom, he told her she was in charge of watching the infant. The baby started crying. He came out. I guess, I think she already knew at this point, even if he was crying because his pacifier or anything dropped or whatever, or she could have may have done something to him. But I think she just seen that he was crying and knew dad already was abusing her. And if he heard that, she was going to get in trouble. So when he started crying, this is a baby, she was like trying to cover his mouth to make him be quiet. Dad came out in the eye. She's already blind in her right eye. And then dad decides to do that. So I don't really get that. I'm going to toss the link in the chat one more time so you guys can pop up. And I'm going to play another, I don't know if my first one is I'm reading to you guys or if it's a video. We will see right now. I'll give it a couple of seconds while giving you guys more information about the case and getting you guys' feedback. So I don't know how many people, let me see. Let me check it out. If we can, guys, get those likes up. I see we only have a few likes and we got more than that in the building. So if you guys can just click right out, hit that thumbs up, that will be great. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I'm getting better at this because I do this stuff from the heart. So it's hard for me to keep saying, hit that like, or subscribe, notification, that whole thing. Because I'm just trying to get the information out there to the public so we can crack down on the abuse of these children, or, abuse, murders, anything in that category. You guys know how I feel about it. My channel was not originally only for kids, but something I gravitate to, something I'm more passionate about. So we'll move on from here. If you guys pop in down there, then I will pick you guys back up after. Let me see what this is up here that I got for you guys. This part is, okay, that's going to be some more reading. Oh. So this part is a lot of the paperwork that Victoria Price, if you go on Twitter, she puts out the affidavit and exactly what's in there, but there's so much redacted in this affidavit. Like, I'm going to do another video only on the affidavit so you guys can see. Sorry, guys, I write notes as I'm going along. And so I'm going to go to another part of the videos that I've gotten so that you guys can just hear everything that has gone on with little Harmony. So on this one, I think I'll be able to be on the screen as well because it's on my main screen. Chrome tab, what's that one's name? Okay, so it's this one. Let's share that with you guys. I'm happy they have so many steps so you just don't share anything, but sometimes it feels like millions of steps till you get to where you need to go. So let me see if I can make this bigger for you guys. I think we might get an ad first, of course. Give me a quick second while this ad plays, and we'll go straight into it. Let's go. Let's go. What's going on? Why are you playing? Fox 29. Let's go. Okay, so let me add the sound to this.
Hampshire are searching for a 7-year-old girl who hasn't been seen in 2 years. Investigators say they're looking into new clues and turning to the public for help. Good Day Maine's Scott Cook has more.
My dog's going crazy next
The
door.
investigation continued New Year's Day to find 7-year-old Harmony Montgomery, who was last seen at a residence in Manchester in October of 2019. The New Hampshire Attorney General's office says they're assisting Manchester police, who are now investigating new leads.
All right, I have detectives working on this that all have children of their own. Do not doubt their level of commitment, and we're going to stay at this 24/7.
Investigators are not commenting on Harmony's parents or on how they found out the child
She's
was
so
missing,
adorable.
only saying they have spoken to several family members.
We're not searching for any adult. We're not searching for anybody right now other than Harmony. All right, and that is kind of why I wanted to do this. All right, to bring the focus to this little girl right here.
These are the most recent photos of Harmony available. We're told they were taken when she was about 5 years old. When last seen, Harmony was about 4 feet tall. She has blonde hair, blue eyes, and is blind in her right eye, so she may be wearing glasses. Police say she may have been going to school in Massachusetts when last seen.
I don't care if you saw this young girl a year ago and you think it's irrelevant. Call us and say, I saw her a year ago. I saw her 18 months ago. I saw her a week ago. Let's lessen that 2-year window and keep shrinking that 2-year window to the present day today, and let's chase down every possible avenue with the hopes of finding Harmony.
Manchester police say Harmony's disappearance was only brought to their attention earlier this week. Again, they're asking anyone who may have seen her in the last few years to please give them a call.
So there we go on that one. So let me get out of here. Delete that one now that we have it. Hey, Jeanette, how are you?
Hi, I'm good.
Have you heard about this story, going on?
This is the first time I've heard of it, but
it's making me sick.
I'm seeing
the more I'm seeing, I'm just like, yo, like this Adam, this Kayla, and I'm not gonna count Crystal out because I don't know where in this whole thing she went missing. Somebody's lying and somebody needs to fess up. You lost your cool and something happened to this little girl. Something happened to her.
She
Go
went
ahead.
missing at 5, right?
She went missing in 2019. The uncle reported, that he hadn't seen her in July and in August, I believe. I have notes here and I'm doing separate videos because this case started and it's been having more information every day, like new. So I'm going to try to break it down and not get, too overwhelmed with all the information like I do on other cases because I feel like these things need to stop. It's 2, almost 3 years. No one has seen this child and it's not a red flag.
Well,
I don't understand.
I'm reading something that said she went missing on New Year's Eve, but it doesn't say the year. but it said the father was arrested and charged with abusing her, and the stepmother was arrested and charged for using her food stamp benefits.
Yes,
So
I'll
they
play all of that
continue.
now, but it's not true what you're saying where, you know, that's when her biological mother brought it to the attention of the cops that, hey, you know, he's not abiding by the what is it called? Not custody.
The court
The
order.
visitation, you know, guidelines or anything like that. But she's doing this after these years has passed. She says she's been looking. I'm not going to say she wasn't because I don't know. But then she finally now, but if you've been looking since 2019 and you haven't found your daughter and none of that, and you're just now coming up in almost 2022 and saying, hey, I've been looking, I've been trying to find her. It's been 2 and change years. And now you're coming? No, it's just because she was making phone calls. That's going to probably be tomorrow when I can find the phone calls because I found out that they actually released them. So I was looking to find them, but I didn't get it on here in enough time. So if I can find it on here, I will, but otherwise it's going to be tomorrow. But no, she's been missing because her first report of them trying to look for her and find her was in July. I'll correct myself if I'm wrong because I'm not going to go through all these notes. And then again in, I believe in October because they said it was like 3 months in between.
So it goes on to say that the authorities hadn't seen her since October of 2019.
Because he said he's seen her that last visit and that's when she had the black eye. But to me, you see she has on little cute glasses. She's blind in her right eye. You're giving a 5-year-old the task of watching her infant brother. And so since he starts crying, now she's in trouble. Now, I don't know if he thought maybe she did something and she's trying to shut him up. I think it's more that she's been being beaten on and all that this whole time. And she knew if her brother made a peep that she wasn't doing what she was doing well, Dad was going to respond by bashing her around the house, as he said. I don't know why, but I have a problem with that word. He bashed her around the house. A 5-year-old. I don't know. Half, blind 5-year-old bashed around the house. I don't know. It bothers me. So let me see what I told you guys I was going to play. Go ahead.
It looks like the dad had custody and then the mom reported that she was missing. It said in November 18th. It doesn't say the year.
That's when she first called. It was November 18th of this year.
Of this year.
And so that's why they were kind of looking into it because she said she hadn't seen her from long time ago. The last time they had a FaceTime call in 2019. She said her daughter was talking on the FaceTime call and Adam was in the background.
And they live in the same state, same city, or no?
I don't really know. I'm not from over there on the map. Manchester, and then they say New Hampshire. I don't really know how it's structured, so I don't want to act like I do. But yeah, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Manchester. They use all these different names. I gotta go and look at that, but I'm not quite sure on, which is which and what is what. But I do want to show you. It's just how. Oops. I did say that I'm going to show you Kayla's mother because Kayla's mom now has the children in her care. The other 3 that Adam and her had together. Let me see. Okay, fun to be while I'm playing this. I'm going to check that. No, Layla's not barking. That's the next door neighbor. They have a Mastiff. And when he was little, like 6 months, he was huge like a horse. Layla's back here asleep. She's knocked out. When she gonna wake up though, real quick. Like it's really like having a newborn baby. Like having her, I'm like, oh my God, this reminds me. She gets up in the middle of the night. She wants to eat. She wants to go to the bathroom. But it's so cute. I love her. I can't wait till she gets huge. Let's see. Yeah. That word is bothering me. I think if I heard him say I popped her, or even if he said I spanked her like something harsh like that, but without using any curse words and saying I bashed her around the house, I can't, like, I picture it being so barbaric that I don't understand what a 5-year-old could do to deserve a bashing around the house. I don't know.
I've even heard that.
Right.
Like,
I was like, what? And then Kevin tried to like say, oh, well, he kind of said it this way. No, Kevin, we're not going to relax it. You said he bashed her around the house the first time, and we're going to keep it at what you said he said, which is he bashed her around the house.
well, like, so Kevin is the one in the interview
In this gray sweater, that's Kevin.
that's not answering questions really and talking around things.
That's Adam's uncle, which is Harmony's great uncle. I don't know. In my family, we don't do that. Just uncles are uncles, aunts are aunts, no matter great, whatever. We just do. And we don't do like half brother or stepsister. It's just brother, sister. We don't do that.
Right.
Oh, you're a little bit. We don't do that in my family. So I don't really like doing it like that. So I would just say her uncle and Adam's uncle.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I'm gonna pull this up. So now they're at mama's house, Kayla's mama's house. Okay. And we're gonna take a look at that. Let me pull it. Oh no, it's already up here. So it's up there. Okay, let me open it up for you guys. All right. Let's go. Let me know right away if you guys can't hear.
It's just hell. And she has made her choices, and that's all I can say. I'm just asking you, just for the children's sake, I do pray for Harmony, and I did have something come to me today for the police that I thought may help, which I did tell the police I'm not going to give that out yet because I don't want to hinder it in any way. Just please.
When did you see Harmony?
It was, I know it was in the winter time. I wasn't exactly sure when. And when I spoke with my daughter, she was telling me it was the day after Thanksgiving. Okay.
That last year in 2020 or 2021?
No, that was in 2019.
Did you ever ask your daughter where she was after that? Did you never saw her again?
Well, she told me that because they came here the end of December during the holidays, and they were here briefly. I asked her, I'm like, well, I expected Harmony to do them, and they said no. And I know they've been kind of living on the streets and in a car kind of thing. And she didn't say no. She said she's with her mother. And I didn't question.
They knew she was living in a car kind of thing. What the heck does that mean? Christina says Kevin was asleep talking. Go ahead.
I know here it isn't illegal to be homeless with your children.
It's not.
It's not illegal.
But Jeanette, why would you take her infant brother and her were with the Millers, which I will show on here in a little bit. Blair Miller. Thought it was Brian. They said Brian in the beginning, but now it's Blair Miller. Well-off man, like to the point where he has a check on Twitter. Why would you take a child out of that situation? He was trying to keep brother and sister together and put her with a drug addict father, unstable father,
right? To
then now abuse her because baby brother started crying. No.
Yeah.
I mean, I say how I feel, and I don't get that point of it. I really don't.
Right. That's not thinking of the kid to put him in a car. It's not illegal.
It's not illegal, but what the heck? She's living blind. And I'm going to show you guys his Twitter page. I'm going to show you guys this man. I'm going to show you the family. And you tell me why in the heck would this man keep trying to fight to keep these kids together? Why does he even need to fight a man getting out of jail for shooting someone, drug charges, and then given to him when she was perfectly fine with her brother in the Miller's care?
Right.
I don't understand it.
question it because I don't know. I didn't know until all the news, the history of the family. And Adam, for the first couple of years, was some sweet guy, and he's not. He is
As
pure
usual.
evil. He is pure evil. So I hope, I really, really hope the information that came to me today that can help in the search for Harmony, and that's really where my
Her and her daughter look
prayers are now,
alike.
because my grandchildren will
This
be
is
with me,
Kayla's
so I'm not
mom.
going to be worried about them. And just please respect the privacy.
Yeah.
This is so scary for
Do you think
children. They're only,
do you think Harmony's still alive?
I hope and pray she's still alive, but it's been 2 years. You know, so I don't know.
You gotta be heartbroken over this.
I'm distraught. My body's been shaking every couple hours because I can't get away from it. You know what I mean? I can't not check the news. I want to know what's going on, and I have spoken to police several times.
Do you think your daughter had any involvement in her disappearance?
Kayla told me that, just as in her affidavit, and I drilled my daughter. Believe me, I asked. You know, with her history,
Her mom is gonna stick up.
But I know how to get the truth out of my daughter. The youngest daughter, her daughter wasn't born yet, and Harmony was with her. We dropped her off at work, and he said to her, "I am bringing Harmony to her mother." And then he came back later, I don't know how many hours, I don't know that she was working at a Dunkin' Donuts. I've given all that information to the police, but Kayla said, "Where is he?" She didn't say where she is, but I don't know. I'm so confused right now.
And when do you think that happened?
In my mind, from what I've tried to gather, and the media has been great with trying to get all the information out there, and the social media, I thought has been great too. But I think it happened like in a week period, and I think it happened from December 6th till prior to December 6th. So December 6th, anytime after Thanksgiving, the day after Thanksgiving, December 6th. So it's like, it's the 30th of the month, so it's like 6 to 7 days. So I think something happened in that week, and I don't know what day. I asked the police if they checked my daughter's records, because my children are brought up where they have to tell the truth and they have to fess up. And my daughter has broken every time for me in the past. And I said to her, and I said to her, and I said to her, I said, "Are you sure?" I said, "What couple doesn't communicate about this?" and so forth. And I know those are the questions out there. My daughter does have a good heart, but I don't know what her heart was on this, but I do believe her. She's staying very, very consistent in what she's saying. And I can tell by her.
She sounds coached.
So that whole drop off, you're saying that's between Thanksgiving, December 6th?
Day after Thanksgiving and before December 6th.
2019.
Yes.
And what's the significance of
This
December
is her
6th
mother.
that makes that date stick in your head?
That date was reminded to me by my daughter because they were homeless and they needed a place to come.
Because they were homeless and they needed a place to come. The girl that's on the screen right now, this is her mother, where the kids were taken after Kayla went to jail. Twinsies.
And I said, "Well, I don't really have a room, my landlord."
If you know
So
what
they
I
were
mean.
just here during the holiday, during that time frame.
You said Adam is the devil. Why did you say that?
He can sweet talk and swindle like he did with us for the 2 years. And then everything he points the finger at everybody else and talks up quite the storm. And it's a lot of, he talks like jail talk. That's all I can
What
say.
about abuse? The allegation yesterday was he was abusive towards Harmony.
I don't know about that because I didn't have much when
This is an iPhone 11 Pro from Back Market. They specialize in refurbished devices.
Wait, how did it go just straight right there? Hold on. I don't know why it did that, so let's go.
and before December 6th.
2019.
Yes.
And what's the significance of December 6th that makes that date stick in your head?
That date was reminded to me by my daughter because they were homeless and they needed a place to come. And I said, "Well, I don't really have a room, my landlord." So they were just here during the holiday, during that time frame.
You said Adam is the devil. Why did you say that?
He can sweet talk and
What? Why does it keep
swindle like he did with us for the 2 years. And then everything he points the finger at everybody else and talks up quite the storm. And it's a lot of, he talks like jail talk. That's all I can
What
say.
about abuse? The allegation yesterday was he was abusive towards Harmony.
I don't know about that because I didn't have much when.
So I guess it does end like that. So yeah, because I don't remember it ending like that. So we're just gonna click up out of here. And so, yeah. So what do you feel about the moms? Everybody can chime in. I'm gonna open up the panel. You do not have to show yourself. The only person that will be able to see you is me when you come back, if I've never dealt with your account before, because I'll put a screen up and then I'll be able to pull you up. So nobody else can see who you are, just so I know it's not someone creepy. And since the other channel has been getting weird people over there, I'm gonna be a little bit more cautious on it. But I do want to hear you guys' point of view so far, because I have 1, 2, 3, a couple more things to show you guys to get all the information out there. So pop up if you would like. There goes the link. I'm gonna put the banner for open panel, and we'll go from there. Jeanette, so what do you think?
I think I guess we could say a lot of things, but at least in my state, grandparents don't really have rights. So if they know that their kids are screwed up and doing drugs and they have grandkids, they don't have like really immediate rights where they can take them and protect them.
Mm-hmm.
And so if the law doesn't catch, even if they report it and the person's living in a car, it might take a long time.
But Jeanette, for real, a car, it's okay with a car?
No, it's not illegal, but even if
I'm saying, like a cop or like social services or somebody could see somebody in a car with children and it will be fine.
It's completely fine. It is not illegal.
In a car, though, I'm saying like
I'm not saying that it's my opinion.
No, not your opinion, but I'm saying.
But I'm saying that it's not against the law.
Okay, but would they try to take a child? Like, say you had a newborn baby, get out the hospital, baby comes home, you got a stroller, you got everything, and then they got the car seat. If they're leaving in the car, like
if your baby is fed and stuff, they can't just remove a baby they might give the person services or a shelter that they could go to, but they won't remove a baby.
I know a lot with the shelters, it's only women and children. It's not really, what is it called? For just anybody.
Right. Or they give vouchers some places for hotels. They might offer services like that, but they don't remove just because somebody's living in it. Yeah, because of homelessness.
But wouldn't CPS step in and be like, because how they say you have to have running water, you have to have this, you have to have that. Wouldn't they step in and be like, this baby doesn't have that? And I know in the beginning, maybe a newborn does not need that. But
I think if they're a ward of the court already, maybe, but not if they haven't been. Yeah.
Hey mods, can you kind of like make sure these little weird people do not come in here and keep doing what they're doing? I know I've accepted some people on the other channel to work that one out. I thought that the mods would be cool on both channels. So Jeanette, if you could go to the other channel, you don't have to do it right now. Just write a comment so I can mod you over there. And
okay.
You could just say, hey, so I could mod you over there. But that channel will be more lenient with mods because that second channel over here, I'm kind of, more direct on. So yeah. Oh, you got it, boo? Oh, my boo got it. I love her. I got to get all y'all Christmas presents out. No, it's after Christmas, so we ain't going to call it Christmas presents, but I got to give all your Christmas presents out. They're here. They're wrapped. So I got to send them. I love my mods. I have awesome mods. So, yeah. If a child... So you're telling me I could have my child, right? And you know how, like, social workers come in, like, especially with, like, somebody like me, I had complications with carrying. Like, it was just, like, hard for me to carry because my friend was so small. And so they bring in people to talk to you because, They just want to make sure you're okay, the baby's okay. And they're telling me, like, there's a possibility he can, have SIDS. He's born early, all this kind of stuff. So it really messed with my mind to where I couldn't sleep. I would stay up for days because I just didn't want him to not breathe. I just needed to feel him breathing. So are you telling me a hospital would allow a mom, even though I know they let you sign because they have to make sure you have the car seat, and they sign off that you have the car seat, you got this. So you're saying that they will let you live with the baby in a car and CPS won't do anything about that?
Yeah, it's not illegal.
I mean,
I've been told that myself before because I had a pregnant teen in my house and she aged out here and had her baby, and they told me that if she wanted to leave at 18 and live anywhere, she could with her baby, even if it was in a car. Yeah.
So you're telling me someone can have a tent at the local park with
I mean, I don't
nice
know
warm
about
blankets?
I don't know about that, but
I mean, but a car, what's the difference in a car? A car gets just as cold.
yeah,
So,
I don't
don't know. I'm curious. That sounds crazy to me. I'm sorry.
I think that like here, if they find out, they'll give people vouchers. If they are homeless with their children, they get hotel vouchers, but they don't just remove the children.
Because I know, we're in the same state. I know that they'll say, like, hey, there's a couple of shelters, that take women and children. But the thing is, you have to be in by, I think it's like 8. It could either be 6 or 8 o'clock. And a lot of women feel like, oh, I'm grown. I don't want to have like a bedtime or whatever. But you have to be in the building at that time or else you don't get a spot. So a lot of these kids are living on the streets in tents and underneath, storefronts because their parent doesn't want to have a curfew. Parents shouldn't have had a child and knew they weren't stable to do it.
Right. But it also depends on the city too, because I know like up in Fresno, you're not allowed to sleep in your car unless you're in like the Walmart parking lot. They'll cite you.
Yes, that's what I thought, Jeanette, because, we're from the same state.
Mm-hmm.
I know that any other place I see other than like a Walmart, or they have listings of where you can actually park your vehicle and sleep, is okay. Because you can't just park anywhere on the street and go to sleep because they're going to come flashing in your car. What y'all doing? Y'all in here doing a do? Or y'all in here doing drugs? Y'all doing? They're going to want to find something if you're just on the street parked. Don't let the street have dim lights because you're really in trouble. They're going to strip your car like they're booking them in.
Like where I'm at, I'm in a county. So in the county, I think you could probably like park your car and sleep anywhere. But in the city where there's this city, because it's a sheriff here, but where there's the police will like, they would probably bug you for that and tell you can't sleep in your car.
No, I know they will here because once they like say, when I go do my exercising at different hiking spots, waterfronts, lake spots, there's times to where they'll lock up wherever, vehicles are supposed to be parked. So even if you come to that spot a little bit later, say you got to the other side of a pier, and then you're trying to get back because you parked at the other pier, your car is locked in there. You're either asked out to see if someone will come and open it up from the city, or you got to wait till the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. I feel like they dropped several balls on this case. Just like, to me, this one is like right eensy beensy teensy underneath Cal City Boys. And the only reason why it's eensy beensy teensy is because we had 2 children. But otherwise, if it was 2 children in her situation, they would be neck and neck. Maybe just a little bit above because they're African American, so they get less, in my opinion, coverage.
Okay, but they, like, even in this case, they still, like, they charged the mom with charges for using food stamp cards, and I just have a hard time believing they can't find anything little like that to charge the West with.
But in
To
conversation
bring
with
them
you, Jeanette, don't you think that how in Jacqueline and Trezelle's conversation, you were like, well, they could find something little on them and just book them on that before they book them on anything else because you only get one shot. So do you think that's what they could be doing for her, going after something little because it's only what, $1,500? That ain't crap. You know what I'm
well,
saying?
they only get one shot for like the murder charge, but they can add like all kinds of other charges if they want to.
Right. So do you think they're using this charge to keep her from trying to, create alibis, create, problems to where she can help Adam get away with this if she had anything to do with it?
But
I feel like they did that same thing to Giselle and Jacqueline. Pick up the many things they're doing.
I think maybe to get her into the jail setting to see if she tries to be cool and talks to other inmates, and other inmates roll over on other inmates.
Right.
That's
That's what I think they're doing. But why not do that for the boys?
That's what I've always asked that question like 100 times.
The only reason why I could see is because of, what I told you before, or we could discuss it in the back, but I told you before, that people are scared from events that happen. And I don't know if the police has clicked them together or if just the streets know that they're connected with what's going on with the boys or whatever. But I don't know. I don't know, man. It's just, this one's hard for me.
Right.
This one's real hard for me because you got two parents that, for whatever reason, have not seen their child in almost 3 years. Because they're both saying the other was with the other, right?
Mm-hmm.
So someone's lying, because if mom didn't see that one for almost 3 years, he's lying, and then vice versa. So either way we look at it, this child has been gone since 2019.
Right.
Whether we look at the mom or the dad, this child has been gone since 2019, not only according to them, but to family members, because Kevin even says, yeah, to me and my family members, but not to theirs. So 2019 was the last time.
The stepmom that was charged was with the dad, right? But where's the mom?
Crystal is the mom. They're not together.
Mm-hmm.
What they say is his estranged wife, Kayla, with the 3 kids, is who they questioned. I don't know if that's who they found him with in the car, but they're saying, it is a different female, allegedly, that was in the car when they found him, not Kayla. Supposedly she's estranged. Can y'all get these people out? Those people. I try to do it. It's not letting me do it. So I don't know if you guys mods, if you guys could do that. Block them. No, look, when stuff is like that, there's no timeout. Everything's blocked. Even if it's somebody you guys think is cool and drop a link or do something, like I said, block them. I will see what happened and I will go and block them later. But dropping links, other channels, because I don't want to be in any drama with any other content creators, because they find that to be crazy. Whether it be nice, getting them in, but if they didn't give you any permission, they'll try to use it towards you. And I don't want that. So just completely block them, and then you can write it down or tell me later who it was. And I'll be like, oh no, they're cool or whatever. I just don't want, good information being taken out for a troll that's trying to be funny. So, okay. So
I can't get them from up here. Do you want me to go over to that second channel?
You don't have to. No, that second channel I think is being all right. And that's just to have a backup channel, so that one's not that serious. So we're going to look at real quickly. No, it's not real quick, but I'll be pausing in and out of it. You know, that's something us as content creators have to do.
We're going to begin
with dealing with cases like this in the news, because they started to kind of crack down on some things. And I feel like they shouldn't, because it puts the awareness out. So I'm trying to block this person, but it won't let me block. I think it's going to let me block. Oh, nope. I can't block this person, but hey, Miss Red, how are you? If you want to pop up on this panel, make sure you're at Naomi China D without the ×2, because I would love to hear your feedback on it as well. I love people to give their feedback on things. Thank you. Yes, Christina. Yes, thanks. Thank you guys. Thanks a lot. So let's go over to, we're not going to play the whole case of Mama Kayla. And as a mother, I can't respect her if she knew anything about this. Like, that disgusts me to another extent. So let's go ahead and check her out. StreamYard, add to stream. Let me know right away if you guys, I'm going to have my phone open so I'll know if you guys say you can't hear or something right away.
By my asking you, Attorney Garrity, have you reviewed the complaint with Ms. Montgomery? And did you discuss with her the maximum penalties for the charge?
I did not.
And does she wish to enter a plea at this time? All right. Ms. Montgomery, you reviewed the complaint with your counsel? And you understand the maximum penalty for this charge? And you wish to enter a plea of not guilty at this time, is that correct? All right. The clerk will enter a plea of not guilty on this charge. What we're going to do now, Ms. Montgomery, is I'm going to take up the issue of bail. I'm going to hear from the state first, and then I'll hear from you and your counsel. You may be seated. Attorney O'Neill?
The state's request is slightly different from what's in the proposed bail order, just because I didn't have the capability to scratch out the corporate charity part of the state's request is $5,000 cash only bail. That would also have conditions of no contact with Adam Montgomery. If the defendant is released, that she live at a specific address, of which I'm not aware, which is one of the issues I intend to raise, that she not travel outside of New Hampshire, that she not possess a firearm or other weapon that's delineated there.
My name is Ariel, and I just started my first job as a project manager. When I was a student,
So yes, for my mods that are asking about, real quick, about the other channel, if you plan to pop up on the panel, just go over to ×2. Handle that for me. That would be awesome and amazing. But if you are going to hop up on panel, stay on just regular Naomi China D. That way you can hop up on panel and I can kind of monitor this main page as well as you being up on the panel while we have people getting those crazy people out. I don't know what their problem is, but I would love that. So if you're like, I'm not getting on panel, pop up. If you're a moderator, pop up over there. Or if you just want to pop over there and whatever, chill. Or, you know, come over here and please, I want you guys to hop up on the panel. I need points of views. That's what Naomi China D's channel is about. Everybody can speak their mind, period. Without people attacking you. They'll get blocked, kicked off of here. I don't care if it's something I go against. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. So let's go.
Alcohol or use narcotic or controlled substance. And she signed a daily, or she signed a waiver of extradition. And that if she was released, that she checked in daily in person and manifest the police. The basis for this request, Your Honor, is the defendant's status as flight risk. And what the state would argue is clear and convincing evidence that the nature of the allegations presents a substantial risk that the defendant will not appear, and that there's no reasonable alternative that will show their offense. A lot of this is grounded in the defendant's criminal record. I'll admit that it's not the most serious record that this court has seen, but it does involve great concern for her ability to comply with court orders. The record begins in November of 2012, when she was convicted in the Grafton Superior Court of Class A misdemeanor dealing in or possessing of prescription drugs. She was at the time sentenced for 12 months, suspended for 2 years. About 9 months later, in August of 2013, about 8 months later, in July of 2013, she was convicted of willful concealment, a Class A misdemeanor, and then what is perhaps most concerning to the state, a false report to law enforcement, a Class A misdemeanor. Those appear to have triggered a violation of her probation on the rapid superior case, which resulted in 63 days credit for time served, and an order that basically she successfully completed a 28-day residential treatment program. The final conviction on her record is from September of 2015. It's a Class A misdemeanor theft by misapplication, where there was a deferred sentence that appears she successfully completed, and the sentence is subsequently. The concern for the defendant's inability to comply with court orders, which would contribute directly to her status as a flight risk, comes from that false report to law enforcement, which was made at the time when really the potential consequence was the Class A misdemeanor penalty on that charge of 12 months in the house, and the 1 year suspended for 2 years that she had in the rapid superior case. That was therefore a case where basically the consequences were 2 years. Today, she's facing what is the most serious charge she's ever faced, a Class A felony, where the potential charge is, the potential maximum penalty is obviously 7.5 to 15 years in state prison. If the defendant was unable to comply with the condition of her suspended sentence, if she committed the crime of false report to law enforcement, then the potential penalty would be much smaller. The state would argue that that is clear evidence of her flight risk, which would also be an inability to comply with the court's order to return for future court meetings. Further raising concern as to her status of flight risk is the fact that because of this charge, the defendant may lose where she's unavailable. She was arrested last night at Fitz, a Families in Transition here in Manchester. I wasn't present, but from what I have been informed by police and what I was informed by Attorney Garrity, there was some conversation from staff and or administration there that this charge may cause her to lose her placement in that facility. Weaken her ties to the city, weaken her ties to New Hampshire, and further add her status as a flight risk. What I'd also argue is, going back to something I said previously about this being the biggest charge the defendant has ever faced, the most severe consequences she's ever faced. I believe it's appropriate for the court to consider the strength of the case. If the court is going to impose a cash bail that may potentially result in the defendant's pretrial detention, the court needs to consider the nature of the allegations. What I would suggest to the court is, based on what the court has read in the affidavit, based on the charge itself, this is a strong case. This isn't a case where the defendant may think she can count on witnesses disappearing or changing their stories or some sort of impeachment tactics by her counsel. This is basically a white-collar case where the evidence is documented, the witnesses are state employees who will be relating statements made by the defendant herself or the lack of statements made by the defendant herself. So not only is she facing the most severe potential consequence she's ever faced, but it is a strong case, which further contributes to her status as a flight risk, and again, would be in those nature of the allegations that the court is it's appropriate for the court to consider at this time. So for those reasons, the state argues that the $5,000 cash bail.
What is the status of her children at this point?
Currently, I believe that they're with the mother.
Right. For the individuals that are joining us on WebEx, please make sure your line is muted. Please mute your line. Thank you. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I believe DCYF was notified after the arrest last night, but that's as much as I can do. That, of course, is to the 3 children whose location is known.
Thank you. Gary?
In terms of the conditions laid out by the state, we're in agreement with those.
Yeah. This girl, I feel, knew that the baby was gone. And because why would, if you think it as a woman, why would you think that he sent his daughter back to the biological mom And that mom would not be using the food stamps. So she thinks she would be like, okay, I'm not going to use this food stamps for my kid. I'll let you use them. Come on now. Let's use common sense. You knew that she was gone and that the mom didn't know. So you were using her benefits and cash stamps because you knew she was gone already. Because otherwise, I think that within that time, the county would have been able to catch up on that real quick. Wait, hold on. We dealing out 2 checks for the same kid? No.
Well, not just that, but she went missing pre-pandemic.
No, yes. That's what I'm saying before.
Which means when the pandemic hit, then they must have been also collecting anything that they were sending out.
Exactly. Stimmies, as all these people keep saying. I still ain't received no stimmy. I don't know how you get a stimmy, but yo, can I get a stimmy? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, you have to go to the website and fill it out. For real. So you know that they were somebody, whoever it was that was collecting that, they need to talk to them too.
Mm-hmm.
And then what, she would have been in school pre-pandemic because she was 5, right? Or was she still 4?
I don't know, because the timeline is saying 19, so I'm thinking she's 5. I don't know her exact birthday. I need to look that up. Actually, I'm gonna write it down so I won't forget. Where's my write down pad? Nella's over here going crazy right now.
So I mean, the schools were like on me if my kids if they failed to log in the very second, they'd be calling me. So I don't know how this I don't know how this kid could not be seen even during that time. Somebody had to see it.
Jeanette, I just forgot what I was about to write. What did I say I was going to look up?
How old she was during when the pandemic hit. Because we're trying to figure if she was in school whenever she went missing in 2019. But they're reporting it now like she was missing a year ago, when it really looks like she went missing in 2019.
No, not a year ago. Because it was before that.
Right.
In 2019, we're 2019, 20. Oh, shit. 2019. Okay, that year. A little bit of that year. So we'll just give it the 6 months. Maybe giving them more, a little, whatever. So we're just going to say 19. We'll put a little bit more on the 19. So we're just going to start from 20. So from 19 to 20, that's 1. From 20 to 21, that's 2. From 21 to 22, that's 3. So almost 3 years, this girl has not been seen, according to everyone around the situation.
Right.
So, like I keep saying, someone's lying.
Yep.
Someone's lying because it doesn't make sense. And I think you could probably fill in on some more of that information about, because I don't know. What's the difference between, okay, like say if 2 children, brother and sister, go to a home. Why is it okay for the parents to adopt one and send the other one away? Because that's what happened in our situation. They kept her brother and then sent her away. He was smaller, younger, infant. I understand people want infants. Just like when I got Layla, I was like, no. I don't want a big dog already, trained to someone else and stuff like that. And then don't, I said, I want my own baby.
Well,
and right now she's attached to me. She walks every single where I step. She's right there. And if she can't get, like, because sometimes I'll keep her in the, outdoor patio sometimes so she get a little bit of air. And she will cry. She's like, okay, I'm good. Let's say somebody else steps in, she still don't feel like she's good. So I feel like she has that attachment. I think it shouldn't be like that only for kids or children. It's crazy how
here's where it happens. It happens a lot when children have different biological parents. So you could have one mother with 5 kids, for example, and they all have different fathers.
Wait, say it again. Okay, one mother with 5 kids. And
say you have one mother with 5 kids, and they all have different fathers.
All 5. So she
all 5.
got a kid from every 5. Okay, got it.
And they get removed from social services. Well, they're going to go to their parents, the other, the father. If the father's okay, he can get that kid that's his, but he can't get the other kids.
Right. So
and then it happens where it gets complicated, because then if some of those 5 kids might have grandparents that are willing to take them.
Take them on, right?
Right. And then there
maybe 2 grandparents and 3, or vice versa.
Right. And there might be one child in there that the biological father, they don't know anything about, or they're not able to take him, and they end up adopted out.
Let me say something real quick, Jeanette. And that's why maybe after my child, I can meet somebody else, have a kid with them. But if I'm not with his actual father, I would prefer that. Like, under any, whatever necessary. I'd prefer that as building with our child, to just keep him that structure. But if not, it's one, okay, whatever. And I knew you told me I couldn't have children. Whatever, and I have another kid by someone else. Dude, that would be my cutoff mark. I would not keep going and going and going for 5 different men for 5 different kids. That to me is irresponsible and selfish. And I'll tell you guys straight up, I'm selfish. But when it comes to these children, I can't. So, I don't know. I get people jump on me in their emails, or some people be like, I hear what you're saying, but you are making it glamorized. Have I ever made, a profession that's not considered a career, or whatever people want to say? You know what I'm talking about? Have I ever glorified it to you?
No.
Any of you, but you too, Miranda, pop up. Where are you at? Over here, chat is taking care of it. 10 guys. So pop up, Shay, mods, anyone in the chat period, pop up real quick. Not even real quick, just stay up. But just answer that question, Jeanette. I don't know. Go ahead.
I've never heard it glamour. I don't know who said it, but I've always heard you say it's hard, so I don't know.
Yeah. Man, people put so much on us women, but I feel like we have the hardest job in the world. Okay, Randa, yes. You could, that's perfect. Is it really bad over there, Randa? If it's not, you can pop back over here. Because I'm really not caring about trolls. I don't care about trolls on that. I'm actually speaking. So you guys don't feel like you got to take number 2 that heart to heart, unless this channel gets taken down. Then we go rock over there. But to me, this is just a backup. But what I was saying, Jeanette, is that we see what was not successful in our beginning days. So we try to instill that into our children. But then we got these people out there trying to steer them in a different way. Whether it be trafficking, whether it be you just work for me, you work for Clark, but just trying to have complete closure and confinement over our young children of today. Go ahead.
I'm here.
No, I said go ahead.
Oh, I didn't have anything on that. I see that. So
no, you can bring up another topic, because there's a bunch in here that I'm just like, yo, I don't feel like I could do it on myself.
Okay.
So it's just so much, but I have so much to show. It's just like, and I still, why didn't she pop up in the?
I'm not really understanding if she was a ward of the court or she was given to the uncle.
Hold on, wait. I'm trying to figure out why. Ron, do you see on your side that you popped up, Miranda? Are you any of them in boxes?
I can't see you or me. I just see the live.
Okay, hold on real quick. I'm gonna come down and come back up. Hold on.
Am I in? I can't tell.
I could see me popped up, but I don't see Miranda popped up. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I don't see you. That's why it was hard to talk.
It says you're in the show. Am I here?
It says I'm in the show, and I
Don't
can't
even,
see it.
girl. I am the slowest person on this earth planet. I'm like, why can't I see Miranda? Do you know why? I don't even want to say why because I'm gonna feel stupid. Because I put
I'm in
one
the
of the
times
banners
too.
up over it. Nope. It's because I accidentally placed a banner over this main thing, and I'm like,
yeah. Oh,
Miranda, I don't
I
see
was
you.
like,
Miranda.
I can't see either.
Miranda, I
But
can't
it
see you.
says
I
you're in
can't see
the
the
show.
newsfeed. I'm so sorry. I'm like,
No,
Miranda, I
you're
don't
good.
see you, and I'm like, oh, I have a over. Girl, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I was like, why can't I see her and she's still talking? I'm sorry, boo.
It's okay. I thought it was
You
because
know I loves you. I would never do you like that. Like, you was one of my day ones. I would never do you like that. I really was like, I don't know. But we can go ahead and continue. So
Okay.
we're talking on the last topic. Are you going to continue?
You
Did it
you
pop back
asked
up?
a question, so that's why I popped up.
Well, you could have been up here earlier. It doesn't matter. Okay, so we have.
I just want to stay in the chat because all the people coming in, I was going over.
That was weird, and it's not even people. You know that, Randa? It's like bot machines that they have.
Yeah,
out
I know. And I didn't know until Fun to Be Blonde said to block them and report them as P. So
yeah,
I didn't know that that's what they were. I've been trying to figure out what they were.
Me neither, because even when you try to go see what it is, it's something crazy. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's weird.
At the very beginning, when I started, I was like, what is this? It's like a couple, it's not a full IP address. So I'm just like, I don't get what's going on.
They go in every live chat. Every live chat you see, they go in there. So, yeah.
Well, what
Spammers.
the is the person in that? I don't understand that. It's weird, but some people are weird. So I guess. If that's what they want to do and go against a child, that just speaks on you to me. So, okay, I'm going to continue this, George. Miss Roth, thing, go ahead and mute your camera. Because today is going to be longer than my days because I want to put all this out. So,
tactics by her counsel. This is basically a white collar case where the evidence is documented. The witnesses are state employees who will be relating statements made by the defendant herself or the lack of statements made by the defendant herself. So not only is she facing the most severe potential consequence she's ever faced, but it is.
Should it be echoey like that?
No, that's what I want.
Again, would be in the nature of the allegation.
No, that's what I wanted to know on the first videos. Was it echoey on those?
I don't know. It has a slight echo. It's not like horrible.
Tell me if you can hear this when I do it.
Okay.
Some sort of impeachment tactics by her counsel. This is basically a white collar case where the evidence is documented. The witnesses are state employees who will be relating statements.
Maybe that's just the way it sounds. It's not bad though.
Okay, I'll leave it at that because I think that's how it sounds with their mics.
Yeah,
I turn off everything.
I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's made by the defendant herself or the lack of statements made by the defendant herself. So not only is she facing the most severe potential consequence she's ever faced, but it is a strong case, which further contributes to her status as a flight risk. And again, would be in those nature of the allegations that the court is, it's appropriate for the court to consider at this time. So for those reasons, the state argues that the $5,000 enhancement failed.
What is the status of her children at this point?
Currently, I believe that they're with the mother. I believe DCYF was notified last night.
Right, for the individuals that are joining us on WebEx, please make sure your line is muted. Please mute your line. Thank you. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I believe DCYF was notified after the arrest last night, but that's as much as I'm aware of. That, of course, is to the 3 children whose location is known.
Thank you. Garrity?
In terms of the conditions laid out by the state, we're in agreement with those. The disagreement we have is with respect to cash bail. We're asking the court to release her on personal recognizance bail. To address the risk of flight, I would suggest to the court that's extremely minimal. Ms. Montgomery has lived in New Hampshire since she was 9 years old. She's currently 31 years old. She went to West High School, left high school in her senior year, got her GED in 2009. Her mother lives at 258 Dubuque Street in Manchester. She has an aunt that lives in Manchester. Her grandmother and uncle live in New Hampshire.
Hey, Victor, did you see that thing I just sent you guys? Okay. Thanks.
Please,
Victor.
Please mute your line if you're on the WebEx. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Attorney Garrity.
She has one brother that lives in Texas, but basically the majority of her family live in New Hampshire. She has 3 young children. They are 4 years old, 2 years old, and 1 year old. She was residing with them at 177 Lake Ave and at the Families in Transition location. She had been residing there since July of 2021. They are now in the custody of her mother. I've spoken with her mother, Christina Lubin, who's told me this morning that if Kayla was released, that Kayla could come and live with her at 258 Dubuque Street. She's resided at that location for about 14 years.
Attorney Garrity, just so that I understand, she was living at Families in Transition with the children since July of 2021, and the children are now
with the mother.
Okay, but custody hasn't changed.
It has not changed, and it's my understanding that to reside at Families in Transition, she has to have the children with her. That's a little I know about that location, but she was also working. She worked full-time at Morgan Records Management. That's located on Frontage Road in Manchester. She had worked there since September 2021. It was a full-time job. She was working 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Prior to that, she worked at Project Flagging in Hooksett. Prior to that, my understanding, she worked at Dunkin' Donuts in Manchester. So she has a history of employment. She has a close relationship with her children, and she's got significant ties to the area and has a place to reside. But the $5,000 cash bail, given her limited resources, would lead to her detention. And I think the whole point of the amendment to the bail statute that took place a few years ago is that financial resources should not give an impediment to people being released on bail. There are conditions as laid out by the state in their proposed bail order that would assure the court and the state that she would appear in future court appearances. And just with respect to her compliance with court orders and bail conditions and the prior record, I know the state talks about the events that took place in Grafton County. She was about 21 or 22 years old at that time. She didn't have her children at that time. The last conviction, and what the state didn't tell you, is that that conviction took place in 2015. That was a deferred sentence that, as I'm sure the court knows, requires that she come back to court and show compliance. She did so in 2016. That conviction also required that she undergo a LADAC evaluation, at least from what I can see from the record, that she complied with a LADAC evaluation and comply with any recommendations. From the record, in September of 2016, she was able to show the court she was in compliance and the case was closed. Since that time, she's had no prior interaction with the criminal justice system. All of that took place when she was approximately 25 years old. She's now a woman of 31 years old, 3 young children, and her lack of record since 2015, I think, indicates to the court and her compliance with the events and books at this report shows that she can comply and will comply with court orders and show up as she did in 2016 with any scheduled court appearances. So I would ask the court to release her on personal recognizance with the conditions laid out by the state, with the condition that she reside.
I didn't even press unmute, but I was saying I don't think that she just was oblivious to everything, because what mom would be like, okay, I haven't seen this girl, like, I'm using her benefits, and not say anything this whole time. Not about birthdays, presents, not about Christmas gift, nothing. She just is like, oh, okay. He said he was taking her, and I'm done.
Were they saying she was in a shelter that required her to have the kids with her?
It sounds like they were in a lot of different shelters and moving around, because within 9 years, they said, within the 9 years, they moved through adoptions and all that type of stuff. So I'm like, how many other moves do they make with other, companies and sources?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I don't know. So what I'm going to do, let's see, wait, 3 kids with them and in the car on New Year's when they Right. They that's how they found. I don't know if they found the kids in there, but they found the girlfriend and the new girlfriend, because got this strange wife. The new girlfriend and him in a car. Watch this TV. Come on, man. Not man like isn't man. I don't know what you are. I'm just saying, like, come on, yo. It just don't make sense to me. So I want to finish playing this, and then we'll go to the next one.
I with her mother at 258 Dubuque Street. That's on the first floor in Manchester. Thank you.
And there's also no objection. You understand the state's request is that she check in daily with the Manchester Police Department.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Would you oppose to her living with her mother? This is due to the circumstances of the arrest last night. The state's position would be that the current living with her mother wouldn't be conducive to her complying with court order coming to court. Basically, as she was arrested last night, her mother said words to her to the effect of, "Don't talk to the police," which doesn't seem to be conducive to somebody who's trying to stay on the straight and narrow and come back to court.
Attorney, just a second, Attorney Garrity. Attorney O'Neill, you don't disagree that she's charged with 1 count of welfare fraud. She has a misdemeanor criminal history. It's somewhat unusual to ask for this kind of cash bail for somebody charged with 1 count of welfare fraud. You don't disagree with that, do you?
I don't disagree, Your Honor. What I would say is this is an unusual case. I'm not aware personally of other cases of welfare fraud where somebody was collecting welfare for about 1.5 years for a child who is now released.
Thank you. Attorney Gary?
In terms of what the mother allegedly said, honestly, I'm not in possession of any reports dealing with that issue. I can tell what the state did make me aware of that allegation, but I don't think that indicates in any way Kayla won't comply with court orders. I think her history, especially the 2015 events, folks that indicate that she will, and has shown that she will follow through. And the statement, if it was made by the mother, is a statement of a concerned parent. Given the publicity this case has generated, this is right now simply a one-count welfare allegation. Sure, the court knows in most circumstances, those cases, not all, but in most circumstances, do not lead to the maximum penalties outlined by the state. Most people charged with offense are released on personal advice bail, given her circumstances, her ties to the area, her maturation, and her shown ability to comply with court orders as personal advice, since it's what's called for.
She's unable to post any cash bail?
When I asked her mother in terms of ability of the family to post bail, the mother told me she had to contact a friend to borrow $40 for bail.
Thank you. All right, anything further from you, Attorney O'Neill? All right, the court's going to take this under advisement. Thank you.
There he is, the little man who started this big war.
I gotta go back there.
Yeah.
Well, you guys let me know what you guys think going on. I got baby trying to go to bed.
Okay, I was like, what happened?
I'll pull up, but look, she's like, she'll go back to her real quick. She's getting heavy. Say hi,
Aww.
I don't like put her on the big screen.
Adorable.
She's a superstar. I love her. Because she was already born with her tail cut. And, you know, people didn't want her. I was like, no, she's mine.
Really?
I don't like that. Yeah, they didn't want her. But her tail's not even that long. She was born with a little tail. But you know, they have the little tail and people get it cut off.
Yeah, they get it docked. Like
Yeah, so she was already, she has that gene in her because they did her genealogy. She had that gene in her where they come already with docked tails. So it may not be as close, but she has a little baby tail.
Yeah.
And they wanted to cut her. I was like, no, you're not going to cut her because I've seen her brothers and sisters screaming and they were still bleeding for so long. I was just like, nope. They're like, no, we can cut her short. I said, no, you're not going to cut her. She's coming to me. I don't know how to cut her, huh? I can't wait she get big and just be beast.
Yeah, she's gonna turn into a big watchdog.
A little big beast. I'm gonna so be loving her. Hi, mamita. She's so cool. Like for her to be as young as she is, I feel like she knows. Like and I'm like, no, you pee over there. Like she kind of gets it. And I'm like, you're too young to know that. She's having problems with the poop area, but she could pee in the same area. But poop, she kind of do whatever she wants. We'll get it when she goes outside. I just can't put her outside because she needs to get her second shot. Once she does that, and a week is set into her, then I'll be comfortable with setting her outside. But otherwise, because I already had 2 Rottweilers a long time when I was younger, and it was 2 boys, Rocky and Rambo. My dad took too long to go get the shots. They got parvo and died within a couple of hours.
Yeah.
So you never know until they start foaming and all that. I was just like,
it's horrible. Like they vomit and the smell is I've never smelled anything like it. I knew my little dog had it.
Yeah. Oh, you had a dog, the one with the smash face?
No, it was a little Chihuahua. I think she was mixed breed, but her name was Chloe. She got really ill. It was in between her shots, and I took her outside. I didn't really know much then, but yeah, she had it.
I mean, all of us moms, like doing this, it for the first time, it's kind of hard. So don't ever knock yourself. I'm about to put this next video on.
Yeah, this has been a really good live, I think.
I'm trying to get you guys just all the information out because I'm going to do my upload of it. And I don't want people to be confused. You know, I want everybody to know what's going on. So, okay, let's put it on here. Missing what? This is one share. So I don't know if it popped up over there yet. I might have to approve it. StreamYard, approve, boom. Let me take it off of that. I don't want to be main screen. How do I make that one be main screen? That's not cool. I don't want to be in the middle. Boom. That's where we go. I'm like, I don't want to be in the middle.
Nobody does.
Come on with their advertisements.
Trying to take care of her very young life. She was in and out of foster care. Trying to take care of Jameson, her little brother. Also, Crystal's child. Right?
Correct. They were both in foster.
Oh, I thought that was somebody.
What was that?
I'm like, who? What did you guys say?
That sounded weird.
I know.
Is this all this had got me paranoid?
I was like, wait, is somebody saying something? Girl, that scared me. All right, let's go.
Correct. And as far as Jameson's standpoint, he was in and out of about 9 different foster homes. And we know Harmony was there for many of those situations. And the stories we've been told by other foster parents is that Harmony looked after Jameson, and the two had this bond. And Jameson is aware of that bond now. But
in fact, you actually have Christmas gifts for her. But isn't it true we tried to adopt her too, but we're told she had been reunited with her bio dad?
When we went through the process with Jameson, we said, we instantly heard about Harmony. When we first heard about Jameson's situation, one of our first questions was, what's Harmony's situation? And is this a situation where we need to consider adopting both of them? Because if that's the case, we would do it. But we were quickly told Harmony's situation has already been closed, and she's been reunited with her father, and that happened.
Who told you that?
Well, when we worked through social services in Massachusetts, when we used to live in Boston,
You mean
and
like DFACS, Department of Family and Children's Services?
DCF, yeah,
Okay.
DCF is what it is.
They're awful. They're the devil. Because Blair, I can't tell you how many cases I worked as a prosecutor, a felony prosecutor, investigating and trying cases where DFACS would go into a horrible situation and leave the child there, and then the child would end up dead over and over and over again. And here, DFACS, when they have a loving parent, and in this particular case, Blair, DFACS was called over and over and over, and this is after they tell you, a would-be loving parent for Harmony, no, you can't have her.
Did something happen?
Right.
I didn't know if it meant to stop playing or what. Oh, she walked away.
But I think that's happening both ways. We're seeing.
In a second.
Yeah.
I got it. That's crazy. Your controller doesn't work on that one. Hello.
Hi.
Did it end?
Stopped, and I was like, I don't know what happened.
Oh, did he press it, Messiah?
I don't know. It just stopped. It sounded like she wasn't finished.
The puppy did. I don't know.
What the heck happened? Sometimes I can't tell her. So, can you see what I'm showing or no?
But she was making the point of how bad CPS is.
Oh, yeah,
because
she always says that stuff. Yeah.
but on her side, it's because they leave children in the homes that should be removed. But there's also a whole nother side where they're removing children from homes that
Yes.
would,
Yeah.
and then CPS is losing the children. So
right.
It goes both ways. So there needs to be something fixed.
Exactly. Something needs to happen with this situation. I'm gonna look up some more stuff. We're already at 2 hours and a little bit over 30 minutes. I don't want to make this super long. I said it was only gonna be an hour and a half, and we went over, but I will be back on tomorrow and sharing everything else I got. You guys can always come with your information too, so we can all mix together and see what's happening with this situation or any situation that we kind of look into. So, any last comments or anything?
No.
No. All right. So, we're going to head out. Salute to everybody that came through and listened to the story, trying to get, what's going on. I'm going to still keep my tabs up for the ones I didn't create now, but it's kind of a long time and I got to do some other stuff for my kids. So, love y'all.
Bye.
I'll see y'all later.